good morning for another day in the butt-naked world that is Rust. Now, today I have another base design for you. Now, this is based with the double wall feature that you can see right there, but however, this requires 10 C4 minimal to get inside of. And right there I have it unfinished just so you can be able to see inside the walls a little bit later, but let's move on. Now, this is made for a larger group build, and if you have a few friends, this is perfect. If you're by yourself, I'm not sure this is going to be the most cost-effective type of design for you. So, if you have a few friends, give it a shot. If you're by yourself, be prepared to tackle a large, difficult build. I'm not going to say this is very large, but however, this is resource retentive, and if you're playing a normal, basic, non-modded server on Rust, it's going to be very difficult. So, without any further ado, let's move on and show you a base tour. If you guys like it, I'm going to show you how to build it afterwards. So, here's our first door. So, it takes 2 C4 in order to get inside that one. Okay? Well, second door, another 2 C4. You gotta put this double door here, by the way, a little bit later. And you gotta sprint at it in order to get through. Otherwise, if you go very slow, you're not gonna fit through. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 right here for this one, and 10 for this one. Okay? Now, with these walls here, you absolutely have to. I understand that these are wide open here, and you can see that, but if you end up putting a normal door or a double door there, you will not be able to fit through both of them. If you could manage to get it to fit, and you want to give it a shot, go for it. Otherwise, I would not recommend it. I already tried it. You can't do that. Okay, anyway, as you see, you got a large, spacious design in the center. You got a 2x2 square, so you got plenty of room for space, and you have a great defense on the outside for anyone trying to get inside. I simply put up these stairs right here, just so you can see how much space you have, and that these are perfect squares and not anything else. These, you can always add ladder hatches, you can always fully optimize this, setting more airlocks or anything else to get up here, and you can make it very, very difficult with a 2x2 zone that is free to build to your demand and needs. So let's go a little further and show you these walls I was talking about earlier. These are the basic honeycombing that you have on the outside, but you have the double wall feature on the inside, and you also have one right there. So therefore that takes 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you're going to take 10 C4 to go through the walls, 10 C4 to go through the doors, and I calculated by all the angles that you possibly can. It's either requiring 10 or more, okay? So, if you guys like this, I'm going to show you how to build it right now. Just so you know, you do have a option of having a second entrance. And that entrance can be on one side or the other. They're pretty much similar. Right now, I have that as a false entrance, so if somebody tries to get through, they're going to see that it's not going to be very pleasurable for them, because now they have to waste more C4 to try in order to get through there. And also, you want to be careful with these walls right here. You got to make sure that if someone happens to blast through in this corner here, they can't exactly hit the weak walls and all your walls all the way down and just be able to go right on inside. Anyway, without further ado, let me show you how to build this. Okay, now let's build this. You want to make sure you find a nice flat open area. Okay, then you want to start with a 2x2 square, and you want to build one square off in every direction. Now, I just want to make sure that you guys don't build this off and think you can circle around with all these triangles I'm going to be building. You can't do that. You got to make sure you go out in every direction, otherwise it isn't going to go well. Okay, so now we're going to do a triangle foundation on the base of our square, and what we're going to do is that we're going to remove these square foundations. So let me remove them real quick. Oop. Fell down there for a moment. So let's remove these. Come on. There we go. And what we want to do is that we want to build our triangle foundation off of it, facing inward towards our base. And what I find easiest when you try to build these double walls here is that you stand on the actual triangle that you're trying to attach this to. Otherwise, it seems to be very glitchy, and it just wants to hop to the main square area. So we're going to do that. And we want to remove the triangles that we first placed that was connected to the square originally. At this point, you want to decide whether or not you want 2 entrances, whether or not where you want your entrances in general. So in this scenario, I'm going to be making a carbon copy of mine right on over there. Okay, so this is going to be my entrance, that is going to be my dummy entrance, and I'm going to have a wall there and there. So let's start building this out. What I want to do is that since this is going to be my entrance, I'm going to do a square and a triangle just like before. I'm going to remove the square, and I'm going to come back with another triangle and do a 3. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to start with a square, and I'm going to go with a triangle. I'm going to get rid of the square, and I'm going to do 3 triangles. Now I'm going to extend these walls here so they fully cover the corners on both sides. So I want to bring up my triangle foundation and just extend it all the way down to where you get this nice 90-degree angle. So I'm going to do this with all 4 sides. So there goes 2 right here, nice 90-degree angle. And we're going to do this for this wall as well. Nice 90-degree angle. Now, right after this, we're going to start building our doorways. We're also going to start building our fake walls and everything else. Now, you cannot build anything in between here unless you guys want to put some normal bags or maybe a hidden chest or a stash or something like that. That may be really cool to do and maybe kind of smart if you happen to get raided. They're not really going to think about that there's a hidden stash down there. Now, this is going to be my entrance, so what I want to do is that I want to start with a single door on side here. Now, you can make this right here a wall or a single door as well. I like to have 2 entrances, and you got to make sure you put some doors there. Now, you cannot put a door right here of any sort. You can't put a double door, you can't put a single door, you can't put a wall, you can't really put anything here at all. So you got to keep this one open. I know it's like a little hard to do, but otherwise you won't be able to fit through here when you place your double door, if you place anything there at all. The only thing you can get away with, but this is more for like style and if anything else, you can just place a wall frame right here real quick, and that's pretty much all you can do in order to fit through here. So you want to slice off your walls here. You want to do the same over here. It's kind of the same thing, but instead of having 2 single doors in the front, you're just going to make 2 double doors. So we're going to do our 2 doors here, and this is going to be the entrance to our base. Again, you can't place anything here besides maybe a wall frame, but that's only for like style, if anything. It doesn't actually have any functionality to it. And again, you can also just do a normal wall right here instead of having 2 double doors if you want to be a little bit more price conscious to this. It doesn't add any more benefit at all besides just a second entrance. I just like to have things uniform, so I'm going to have 2 double doors here. Now this is going to be a dummy entrance over on this side, so I'm just going to make 2 single doors and 2 doors like this, but I'm just going to make solid walls on this. So if they happen to get through, it's not like they're going to just fly right on through here. They're just going to end up wasting their time if they happen to guess my codes or something like that. Another quick hint, try not to have the same code inside your base. You're already authorized on all your doors, so you might as well change the lock code on every single one of your doors. If you're working with your teammates though, make sure you tell them and make sure you know the code for every one of them or something of the sort. So I'm going to make a quick wall real quick so when I look at this in the front, you guys can see where it's going to be going. And I'm going to upgrade them real quick so you can see how they look nice and stone. So now we're going to be in our inner sanctum, as you could say. And right here, by the way, you just want to build up with normal walls. I'm not going to do that for right now, but you could just set this up with normal walls and you're good to go. So you just want to set up your walls real quick. And at this point you have a 2x2 and you can build up, build stairs, build ladders. I'm sure you can make an overlook if you want to. If you happen to have VIP status on your server and you have teleports, you can just make this a solid, just a complete solid floor and just have it so they have no way upstairs. Or if you want to, just set up some pillars and just have it go up 2 stories. You could be real creative with this. So right now I'm going to build my double door so I can show you something that you need to know about when you place these. If you have them face outwards like this, where it is facing towards your entrance and not to your inner sanctum, when you open it up and you try to get inside of your base, you won't be able to fit through. So what you have to do is that you have to make sure they open into your base. So they have to open into, so you're able to fit through just fine. If you don't do that though, you're always going to get stuck. Okay? Now, normally you just place doors here and here, and doors here and here, and you'll be good to go. This base requires at least 10c4 in order to get inside of. It's going to be very strong. You're going to see your base is not going to get raided a lot, and if it is, they're not going to waste 10c4 in order to get inside. And if they do, I'm sure you guys probably have plenty of the hide, because you guys have been the raiders of the actual server, and you're kind of the terror to be reckoned with, because nobody can raid you at all. And when you build this wall right here, I understand you guys may think that you want to protect it if somebody were to raid from this angle over here, but however, the truth is that they're going to most likely go through your doors, and if they're going to go in straight from this angle here and blast through these doors, these walls, they're not going to go through your main entrance, they're going to go through the center. And so it's really pointless. So you got to make sure that it's facing towards your doors. And with only this wall right here, you have to have face towards your doors. The reason why is because if you don't have this here and they blast through your doors and they happen to knock down this wall, you're going to have a weak side with this where they just plant one C4 and it blows up both of these walls. And then they plant one C4, they blow up both of these walls. So they go past another 6 C4 and they save some money going that way. So you got to make sure that this is facing outwards towards the front of your door, and you're good to go. So it should look like just like this. Everywhere else though, have your normal setup for your honeycombing, so you're going to have it ending up looking like this rope here. You just want to have it look like that here and make sure that is facing outwards. So from the outside, you're never going to see it, but this is for functionality purposes. When you're actually going to get raided and stuff, it'll save you a lot of headache and stuff. So I want to wish you guys luck in that jerk-infested world out there that is Rust.